Hey, today Beth and I want to talk to you about having an empowering mindset. That mindset that if you are facing someone who has decided to hurt you, that mindset where you understand and know that you can do whatever it takes to make sure that you get home.
Absolutely. And you can have all kinds of things in your toolbox. You can have physical strength, you can have height, you can have size, you can have skills and techniques. But the empowering mindset is going to be the most important tool you have.
What Beth is saying is so true. It doesn't matter if you're a great fighter or all kinds of skills that you have. If you don't have that mindset where you were prepared to step into that individual and do everything that you need to do to make sure you get home, you're probably not going to be victorious.
Well, and that's what that mental attitude is all about. It's a survival mentality that you are going to do whatever is necessary, whatever you have to do to be able to get home. And we hear sometimes people saying, oh, I don't think I could hurt someone.
Like, way too much, we hear that.
We really do. And that makes them a nice person, not wanting to hurt someone, right?
But if you're not prepared to do what you need to do to get home, I have a question for you. Imagine being put in a situation where someone makes you make a decision on whether you're ever going to see your parents again, or you're ever going to see your friends again, or you're ever going to see your girlfriend or your boyfriend again. There's really not a lot of a decision there, is there? And this is what we're talking about mindset. The empowering mindset that you need to have when you face one of these individuals is you need to do whatever it takes. Doesn't matter, but you have to do whatever it takes to make sure that you get home.
Well, and that's a really difficult thing to hear, Rob, is that if somebody decides to make you their victim, there is a potential that you will not go home again after that occurrence. So what we want you to do is decide now, decide today that you are a survivor, that you are going to do whatever it takes to get through this episode and get yourself home.
You know what, Beth and I often, when we're teaching and talking to people about self-defense, and this is the probably the hardest part, the hardest topic for people to understand and accept. But we take a look at it that we've all experienced these raging storms, these rainstorms that come out of nowhere, and there's thunder and there's lightning and there's rain pouring down on us, and the storm itself almost seems violent, and then it's over, it's done. Beth and I like to refer to this empowering mindset like a storm. When you enter this, you need to become the storm. There's no starting out with this with a slight easy rain. You need to be the storm. And in order to make sure that you get home, remember, be the storm.
Absolutely. And you know what? I have a little story to add to this for you. And you may or may not have heard about it. There was a teenager in Montreal recently that was the subject of an attempted kidnapping. And it actually got to the point where her assailant got her into the back of a car that somebody else was driving. And she was scared and she didn't know what to do, but she knew that she needed to get out of that car. And she kicked and she struggled and she kicked and she pushed on the door handle. She actually ended up getting the door handle open. She probably knew that when she fell out of that moving vehicle, she was going to get hurt, but she absolutely knew that she had to do whatever it took to get herself away from these people. She actually ended up being safe. I think she did roll out of the vehicle onto the ground, and some people observed what happened and they were able to help her out a little bit. But if she hadn't have fought, if she hadn't have kicked and kicked and kicked and struggled to get out of that vehicle, nobody really knows where that girl would be today. So congratulations to her, and let that be a really good example for you guys to follow.
So remember, you ever find yourself in that situation where you're looking at an individual who has decided to make you their victim, be the storm.
Be the storm.
Do what you need to do to get home safe to your family. And remember, be the storm.